What's up, guys? Happy Father's Day. Welcome back for another episode. I saw this piece floating around on YouTube, and I watched the YouTube channel Black Conservative Perspective. If you haven't checked him out, make sure you guys go over there and support him and his channel. But I watched his take on the amazing Lucas. If you guys don't know, it's the man to the right, and his take on Brandon Tatum. And Brandon Tatum made a video a couple days ago as to why he thinks black people don't like him. All right. And he starts off by telling a story about how he grew up the way he grew up. He grew up in the hood. He didn't always live in the hood, but he had a really big experience, I guess, in the normal hood culture. Right. And he said he grew up with all the stereotypes, like the white man's bad. Okay, very like black centered, very, I guess some would call it Afro centric, pro black mentality. And he was raised by that. Then he had an experience at the University of Arizona where he noticed that, you know what, these white people aren't as bad as all of my family members have been making it out to be. And that was kind of the, obviously, long story short, that was the turn of B. Tatum's realization that, this whole racism thing, I think it's kind of bogus. I don't think we have to be really worried about this so-called systemic racism. Anyways, the amazing Lucas gets on and he responds to him. And he says many things which are clearly disrespectful, clearly racist. This guy is full of hate. And then he says, oh, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. This is coming from love. But at the end of the day, you can't spit in somebody's face and then say, hey, it's coming from a place of love. No, this guy hates B. Tatum. He hates what he stands for. And I think it's pretty obvious that Lucas is just coming at this from a super leftist point of view. I didn't have a background listening to Lucas. I haven't really watched any of his videos. From what I'm gathering, he used to be a solid conservative voice on YouTube. Then he switched over. I actually watched, shout out the YouTube channel, another conservative commentator. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, but another conservative commentator, I've emailed him back and forth a few times. He hopped on the amazing Lucas show and he was talking about Lucas wanting to defund the police, abolish the police, all these, talking points that the left promotes. And Lucas was like, these cops have the IQs of monkeys. You could literally have a monkey as an officer and accomplish the same thing that these cops are accomplishing. And this was in response, I think, to the Ma'Khia Bryant shooting, which was a closed case, shut case in point, obviously justified. And yet Lucas had a problem with that. But anyways, guys, I'm not going to play the whole video. What I have planned on covering, just so you guys know, is we're going to watch about the first 2 minutes of it. And then I'm going to fast forward to around 13 minutes and let it play. So I think I'm only going to let about 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this clip play, just so you know. I'm just trying to be concise. And I want to just show you guys that when people like Lucas show their hate for the conservative movement, show their hate towards black conservatives, they just expose that they are the ones who are blinded by their own ignorance. They're the ones blinded by their own racism. And they're the ones who just have a hard time swallowing the truth that, hey, this whole systemic racism thing, it's really not what you think it is. All of these systemic racism claims that you promote, most of these things are self-inflicted wounds by members of the black community. Anyways, guys, if you already haven't, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime I make a video. And let's dive into this right here.
I want to just express how I feel and speak to this issue of why does it appear that some black people, not all, of course,
the majority of black people, sir. The majority of black people.
Of course, I put the title in there so y'all can get to watching this and be intrigued. But it's really why some black people. It feels like most black people.
There we go. There we go. Most black people. That's correct. Most black people can't stand you.
Despise me.
Not despise you. It's more pity, right? Because you're a idiot. Because you tap dance for the white conservative. And I don't think anyone has a problem with tap dancing for the white conservative, right? Just like no one really has a problem with tap dancing for the white liberal. That's apparently the system that we're placed under, right? You either be a fucking idiot, you know, on CNN or freaking or BET or whatever, or you be a fucking tap dancer such as yourself.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So, guys, this is what people like Lucas do. It's really simple. They project their narrative, and it's a simple argumentative tactic. If you control the narrative, you guys know this, you can control the conclusions. So, as you guys see, Lucas is trying to control the narrative by building motive. He's assigning motive. The only reason why B. Tatum would have the channel he has, would talk about the views that he says he holds, would promote the values that he says he believes in. The only reason why B. Tatum would do any of that is because he's motivated by tap dancing for white people. He is motivated by putting on a show that puts money in his pocket. He's not really motivated by genuineness. He's motivated by being a modern day house Negro. You're just good at appeasing the white person. And guys, if you can assign motive like people like Lucas try to do, then you could build your case against the other person, all the while trashing them as they promote slander. And this is what Lucas did the entire video. Was he slandered, lied, projected false motive. And at the end of the day, when you do that, and it's just you talking to a camera, you think, hey, that sounds pretty good. Like, hey, it's all good. It makes sense. So Lucas's narrative, it's pretty much the same as the people who promote critical race theory. So when people who support critical race theory come across a black person who rejects critical race theory and rejects the social justice movement, one of the things that they say is that, oh, the reason why these black people or colored people are rejecting critical race theory, rejecting the social justice movement, it's because they have internalized white supremacy. That is what the scholars of CRT say. They've concluded that if you're against social justice, if you're against critical race theory, and you're not white, so somebody who looks like me, somebody who looks like B. Tatum, somebody who is not white, if you are somebody like us and you reject the social justice movement and you reject critical race theory, it's because you have internalized white supremacy. Now you see how the scholars there are doing the same thing that Lucas is doing. They're trying to control the narrative. Oh, the only reason why you would resist this is because you're a racist. Okay, got it. So instead of saying that in a scholarly way, Lucas just settles with, what I like to call elementary slander. You just tap dancing for white people. Guys, this is the racism that lives in people like Lucas. Lucas is a racist. And you're going to see that more clearly as this video continues.
With your beautiful white wife and your white kid. Beautiful. So it's not really despise. It's more of despise your behavior as it is you.
Why do they despise B. Tatum?
Now, let's hear. Let me cover just a little bit. Let's hear why this low IQ simpleton believes. Right, let's hear his reasoning for why most black people despise him. I'm very curious. I haven't seen this video. I just want people to understand this. I'm going to guess it's going to have to be with something holding black people accountable, right? That he wants black people to do better. That, I don't know, that he feels that the representation isn't what black people are about, right? Something along that lines, right? Where it's going to be like, well, I just want you to do better. That's all. I'm guessing. I don't know. I haven't seen this.
Now let me.
Now what's funny is Lucas doesn't hold people in the black community accountable. When Ma'Khia Bryant got shot, now I'm pretty sure that when another conservative commentator, that's the YouTube channel, the guy's YouTube channel is Another Conservative Commentator, when he called Lucas's show talking about policing, Lucas was talking about Ma'Khia Bryant's incident and saying, "Oh my goodness, what happened in Ma'Khia Bryant's incident is a monkey could do better." Okay, so Ma'Khia Bryant, we all know this, don't have to rehash it too much. She was about to stab somebody. She was about to stab another black girl. Then she got shot and killed. She got shot and killed by a white cop. Okay, so that's what happened. Justified. Lucas is unable to hold people in the black community accountable like Ma'Khia Bryant, and he basically just slandered the police for, I think, a whole episode or so. Oh, a monkey could do better. A monkey should have done, a monkey could have that position. So notice this term, this phrase. Let me say it like this: a low IQ simpleton. That's what Lucas is saying. So the fact of the matter is this: if there were more B. Tatums in the world, more low IQ simpletons, as Lucas puts it, whatever community that person is in, that community would be a better place. Think about what B. Tatum is. Think about it. He's young, married, motivated, successful, entrepreneurial. He's a job creator. He's charitable with his money. If you think about the episode where he had King Randall, the young black man from Albany, Georgia, and how King Randall is trying to create his own school that can help shepherd young black boys who are in his community from not being just another victim of the lawlessness that people in that community engage in. King Randall is trying to shepherd these kids and turn them into something that they are unable to see without clear guidance. And King Randall is getting met with resistance after resistance for trying to get this school. But think about what B. Tatum did when he had his live stream with King Randall. He raised a whole bunch of money via super chats. Then I think he matched that money with his own money. And he even said, "Man, I would like to pocket all of this money," of course, but he donated it to King Randall. Think about it. Think about what B. Tatum is and what he has accomplished. Like I said, I mean, it's simple: young, married, motivated, successful, entrepreneurial, job creator, charitable. That's a low IQ simpleton. Over 1 million subscribers, building a business that is probably worth a couple $1 million, building a store from nothing, linking up with people who can help him prosper, linking up with a team that could help turn his ideas into profitable, tangible rewards. That's low IQ simpleton. I wish there were more low IQ simpletons like B. Tatum, because this world would be a better place. Guys, if Lucas was serious, he would recognize that the low IQ simpletons are not like low IQ at all. They are the essence of part of what it means to obtain the American dream, which is to build something from the ground up and prosper in abundance. So I'm going to fast forward to the last part because I don't want this video to go too long. It's going to be around 13 minutes, but I want to fast forward to this part because Tatum continues to share his story. Let me go ahead and get there real quick so I don't do two things at the same time, because I'm a low IQ simpleton as well. All right, so B. Tatum continues to share his story about how he became conservative throughout the years. And you know what? Whether you agree or disagree, you like or you hate his story, that's B. Tatum's story. Okay, long story short, B. Tatum had a great experience at the University of Arizona where he was playing football. He was exposed to more white people, I guess is how I could put it. And that led him to believe that this racism narrative, was bogus. It was bogus, all of that, obviously, Lucas finds repulsive, which is why he continues to say, oh, you're just tap dancing. Oh, you just love, part of what he said was, oh, you just love white, I don't even want to say it. Anyways, I want to bring you to the racism that people like Lucas harbor inside of them. And this racism isn't like empty claims of racism like leftists throw at conservatives because they have different views. This is explicit in your face racism that Lucas believes in, which he's going to say and hint at. Oh, he thinks that eugenics is the way to get low IQ simpletons like B. Tatum off of the face of the earth.
This is why when people want to be upset with me, when it comes to eugenics, black women, I love you, black women, but you guys are the problem. You guys are birthing these simpletons. Yes, that's correct. That is correct. Black women, I'm blaming you. Lucas, why you blame black? I'm blaming you, okay? I'm blaming you. You're birthing these simpletons, and these simpletons are going to be used by the white liberal or the white conservative to be proxies for their agenda. That's all that's going to happen.
Yeah, okay. So eugenics, obviously, eugenics was the clear racist idea in the first half of the 20th century. So it's crazy how a black man like Lucas would even hint at having a favorable view of eugenics. Eugenics, when eugenics was practiced back in the early 19th century, black folks were being forced to be sterilized due to the fact that society viewed blacks as less desirable. So because blacks had less desirable traits, some people who believed in eugenics basically thought, you know what? These black people are inherently dumber. They're inherently less than. So let's reduce how much they're able. Let's reduce how much they're able to reproduce. These types of people shouldn't be reproducing. So for Lucas to even hint that, hey, eugenics is a great solution, or hey, eugenics is an answer, low IQ simpletons, try this eugenics stuff out, and then he talks about the whole conspiracy. Oh, the only thing he's going to be used for is he's a pawn for the elites. He's basically a little puppet for the white elite master. Dance, Tatum, dance. That's, it's foolish. It's nonsense. And everything that Lucas seems to stand for is completely or almost entirely rooted in foolishness. And I think most people who can actually assess each view based on the merits, they can conclude that B. Tatum comes time and time again with views that are actually substantial and can actually make a difference in the black community. Holding people accountable is one of the main ways you can ensure that a person is not going to go wayward, because they know that if I know that my decisions have an immediate impact on the success or failure of my life, then I am going to make better decisions. I'm going to walk more wise because I know I am going to be held accountable for my actions. My actions are going to turn into the outcome that I experience. Therefore, I need to take care of my business today so that I could have a better tomorrow. That's basically what B. Tatum talks about. That's what King Randall talks about. That's what I believe in. That is what a lot of people believe in. Hey, take care of your business today. Walk wise today. Invest in yourself today. Walk in a straight path today. Be a law-abiding citizen today so that your tomorrow will look better than your past. Because success is ultimately accomplished when you have good decisions compounded day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And if you're caught up in gangs, if you're caught up in not being a successful person in school, if you're caught up having kids out of wedlock, if you're caught up, just running game, however many ways there is to run game in this country, if you're caught up in all of those things, then you're just not going to prosper. And that is when I watch B. Tatum, I hear him talking a lot about self-responsibility, and guys like B. Tatum, Black Conservative Perspective, Greg Foreman, Anthony Bryan Logan, the conservative twins, all these guys, another conservative commentator, when we talk, it's more like, hey, let's just take responsibility for ourselves. And a lot of the issues that we see in our culture, you will see them start to diminish, because when men stand up and men lead, the culture benefits from it. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave that right there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and help me get to 5,000 subs. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime I make a video. If you want to support the channel, you could find me on PayPal. You could also find me on Cash App. Links will be in the description below. One more time, guys, hit that like button. I will see you good people on the next one. Quick shout out, my 4th baby was born yesterday. I posted a picture of it today. So my Father's Day gift to myself was a 3rd son. God bless, guys. I will see you good people on the next one. Peace.